From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. The ball on the tee, we're set for football, and we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
In motion goes the tight end. Throwing to start the drive. Barton. He'll get that to his tight end, Theo Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The first-round pick looking comfortable in this offense. First down.
Here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And Walker has it. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The Giants at 9-7 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. I think it's going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. But give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a 1st down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and a yard. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Off the play fake. Barton, and it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Ready, go!
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Operating from the gun, Barton. Touchdown, Giants! Malik Neighbors hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Here's Penix. That's laid out deep for Rice. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 41 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Penix working out of the gun here. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Falcons respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. They were looking for Johnson that time, and now it's second down. You talk about this Falcon defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Walker. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. A little juke, and he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Off the option, that's complete. Touchdown! A 2-yard touchdown grab, and the Giants have taken the lead. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 14-7. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it as we resume action. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And looking to throw, Penix. And a dump off here to Robinson. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drop.
And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Got a man. It's London. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 1st down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today. One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, try to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Looking to throw. Barton. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They'll throw with Penix. That one caught by Rice. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll make it second down. A quick throw there is incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Now Penix. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed out right. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Ethan Evans on now to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
And this one is incomplete.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. From the shotgun, it's Penix. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. To throw again is Penix. And incomplete on the deep ball.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Looking high its way once again.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Right back to him for 10 more and a 1st.
Well, he's been a busy man in this first half. They've targeted him quite a bit, including both plays here to start this drive. And until that defense starts reacting a little better, they may just keep going back to him.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
This 2nd and 4.
Go!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He finds his man, complete. It's Walker. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still
No
yardage. Okay.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
The slot man in motion right.
Looking to throw, Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Giants are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Up the middle they go. It's Garner, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Completed to Hyatt.
Room here to run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Johnson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
Go.
Back to throw. Barton. This will be caught at about the 6. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback. And so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at him, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And his kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Now they'll audible to something else. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll go play action here with Penix.
Steps away to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
To the air, Penix. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Third quarter action here in this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. A quick throw caught by Rice.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
That is caught.
Oh, look at the juke. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 12-yard line. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Penix to the air once more.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Robinson.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Penix going to sneak it.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Falcons have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
Let's go now.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Oh, look at that. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Hyatt there to grab it.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Well, a clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Falcons are right back in this football game. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And he gets this up just shy of the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Operating from the gun, Penix.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. They'll set up a throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw here. Flush to his right.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
They'll go for it. Here's Penix.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Giants.
Malik Neighbors
with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year.
And the Giants are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Let's go now.
Here's Penix. That ball caught. It's Rice. He's to the 15.
And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
Penix working out of the gun here.
He's got it. Touchdown, Falcons.
Kyle Pitts
With touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Falcons have got it back to within a score.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And some strong running. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Barton. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jalen Hyatt from 4 yards out. And the Giants are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point try now from Dicker. He knocks it through, and it's 35-21.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. This is 1st and 10. And looking to throw, Penix.
Sets up the screen to Robinson.
Finding space at the 40.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
They'll throw with Penix.
Flushed out right.
Into the hands of London.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Well, there's still hope, but it's dwindling fast. No timeouts left. They need 2 scores still. 1st and 10 here.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Let's go now. Set go.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because, remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Jets,
they do get that 10th win of the year as they finish up at 10-7 overall.
And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Atlanta,
it's a tough loss to take as they'll finish things off at 9-8.
But they've got better days in their future. Of that, you can be sure. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.